Can you figure out how to flip this? Hi guys, anybody that's here.
Flip what? Not if you're looking at it here.
Need to figure out how to flip the view. That's live.
No, you can't because you're filming from the front camera. There we go.
I'm trying to get my chat going here.
Hi, guys. We really got to start getting this stuff ready before.
The last 15 minutes went by like that while I was trying to find that thing. You sort.
Here.
Hang on, I am getting medicated. Sorry.
Honey, I'm live.
I know.
That's enough.
I know. Give me the phone.
Two tomorrow.
All right, there we go. I got this one going, guys. Trying to join the chat. Let me get outside. All right, guys, I cannot find my cell phone holder. Hi, Catitude. Hi, Sue. Hi, Mega Desi. Chemo brain, I guess, but yeah, I can't find my holder that holds my cell phone that goes in there. So I'll have to walk around with the phone like a dummy. So how's everybody doing? I still don't have my view correct. Let me try something here. I don't know, my phone's screwy. My view, I wish I could show you my view, what I'm looking at. I can see your chat though. Wow, we got 9 people. That's here. Cool, cool. I'm gonna give it a few to so we can give you the update of all the news we got yesterday. Wait for as many people as possible so I won't have to repeat it all. Although anybody would want to come back and watch it later, you could. And gee, guess who's on my lap? Hello, Mr. Wizzy. It's not too bad here today. Yesterday was horrible. I wouldn't even have been sitting out here yesterday, but we do not even need the AC on today. So I'm happy for that. I had the microphone out last night, guys. Didn't hear nothing. Didn't even hit record one time. Had it out a couple nights ago, too. Actually sat out here and didn't hear anything. I haven't heard nothing at all. It's crazy. Oh, it looks like there's 9 people here, so I need to get Tracy out here so I can get all my facts correct. Hello, LB. Thanks for joining us here. But yes, we met with my oncologist yesterday. I think it was radial oncologist? I can't remember. There's 2 different oncologists that I see. Oh dear, I was going to say, can you come join this chat?
I am.
Well, I just didn't want to start spewing out misinformation.
I had to turn down your blaring television.
All right. Look, guys, we're fortunate enough to have Tracy join us.
Ow. I had to put shoes back on to do this.
I bet. But yeah, it kind of sucks I can't hold my phone, but I can at least read the chat. Or I can't see too well, but I can read the chat.
Oh, great. Now there goes Lucy. Hi, Wizzy.
Guys, he's such a trip. I think I said that in one of the videos I did at night, but he was like all over us when we're out here, but he just does not want to stay in the house. Even last night when it was raining, I ended up throwing him out in the rain because he wouldn't shut up and let us go back to sleep. But he obviously went somewhere because he wasn't wet.
Wants to be an outside cat with all the comforts of home. Morty.
Did we lose audio?
I don't think so.
Very sorry to hear that, LB.
Oops, sorry.
Very sorry to hear that, LB.
Nope.
Okay, sound's working. So if Tracy wants to go ahead with the update. Yesterday was the radial oncologist, correct?
No. Well, both. Yesterday we saw his chemical oncologist, which is the chemotherapy doctor. And he's going to get a 2-week break. And then he does his chemotherapy, which he's going to be now taking 3 pills instead of 1 pill because they're doubling the dosage. And he does that for 5 days and then gets like a 28-day break. And then he does it for 5 days. And that's going to go on for 6 months.
Yeah, it's kind of scary to me, guys, because I wasn't expecting this, and I certainly wasn't expecting. I swear he used the words triple the dose, but even if it's only double the dose, it still didn't make me feel very good that I have to continue taking the chemo brain.
You just said it.
Chemo pills.
There you go.
but yeah, I've noticed 2 guys in the afternoon. I'm fine. I'm fine during the day, but then I have to take my pill generally about 1 or 1:30, and obviously an hour or so after I take the chemo pill, it's like foggy, big time. And that happened again today. It's happened the last 4 or 5 days.
And that's why you're getting a 2-week break. He said some. Now the other thing that he did say is that Mike's blood tests all throughout this. He's been getting his blood drawn once a week so that they can monitor, because if his white cell count goes up or if his red blood cell count goes too far down, they have to change things. And he said yesterday, his exact words were, "Your blood work throughout this entire thing has been stellar." So he is not worried about the blood work. Obviously, Mike still has to go get it done, but his blood work has been great. A lot of people will start becoming anemic, and then they have to change the dosage, but Mike has now shown no signs of anemia. His blood pressure's been good. His kidney functions are good. His liver functions are good. He has not had any nausea. He has not had any vomiting, any trouble.
No loss of appetite.
No loss of appetite. No weight loss whatsoever. He is coming through this absolutely fantastic.
In fact, I weighed exactly to the ounce the same thing this week as I weighed last week.
Yeah. Because they tell you to take that. He has to take the anti-nausea pill, then a half an hour later he takes his chemo pill, and that's to prevent the chemo pill from causing any nausea, which apparently either it doesn't cause him nausea or it's been working.
Yeah.
The combination's been working. They gave him 2 nausea medications because the pill that he takes every day, you can only take it every 8 hours, and they said that if you become nauseated, you take the other pill. Well, he's never had to touch the other pills, and he's never had to take more than one pill a day. So, and then they said nausea afterwards. Well, I mean, afterwards, we stop and get something to eat on
Yeah,
the
I've been
way.
going to Burger King, McDonald's, or
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, one of the three, a couple times a week right after treatment. So I'm not having any nausea.
Nope.
Oh, but I agree, like what you said, Catitude. I was like, really? You're going to continue and you now want to dose me further without even checking to see if what we did had any positive effects?
But it
Like,
is the standard treatment. They have
yeah, we looked it up. It is the standard, but
they have to, basically the radiation on his brain swells his brain, and they said that a lot of the
could they point it somewhere else maybe?
unfortunately not, but a lot of the symptoms that he can get are the symptoms that he was having when we took him to the hospital for having this brain tumor in the first place, because obviously it's pointing at the same spot and the brain is swelling from the radiation. So they want to let the swelling go down before they do any more tests, because if they do a CT scan, if they do an MRI, it can show things that aren't necessarily there.
I'm glad some of you caught that.
What?
About could they point it somewhere else?
My chat's not working.
Oh. No, I really wouldn't want to radiate my wee.
Okay, my chat is not working at all.
So, but anyways, yeah, I would have liked, I suppose I don't want to know, but I also would want to know. It's like, well, if this treatment wasn't working, if I was to find that out, why would I possibly want to continue if it weren't working? I'd like to know if it's working. I'd certainly like to know and feel a little positive. So,
but they have to wait before they do that to get the correct results. So
like 2 weeks off.
And then you start the chemo again.
Then I start the chemo again, and then I can't remember when he said they would 6 weeks to, okay.
Before we go and get another scan, because obviously they want to make sure that everything's settled down.
Hi, Ozzy. And my handsome boy here. Oh my God, guys. He laying with me in the morning, just curled in my arms. He's such a sweet boy. And everything's been good over here next door. They've cleaned it up tremendously, and check out the cute little pump house they put in. That's an Amish built pump house. I thought it was just a dog house. Nope.
Daddy keeps saying that you're his handsome boy, but we all know that I'm the reason you're home. Hi, Lou.
Hi, Lou.
Mike said no more long-haired cats. When I got him as a kitten, Mike didn't realize he was a long-haired cat.
Couldn't really tell for sure.
I knew. I knew.
Hi. Ozzy.
Oswald. Yes, you are so handsome. Who's the handsomest boy? Who's the handsomest boy? You.
So we haven't had any issues with the animals.
Nope.
Probably no more than 4 or 5 cats have been out at any one time.
Yeah.
If you guys can believe that, Mr. Buddy, of all cats, he was outside forever. When he was living with Ken, he was in and out, but mostly out. And then after Ken passed away, he was outside for a couple months almost. And now that he's brought back indoors, he don't want nothing to do with going outside.
Smart boy.
Yep. No, Sue, I don't like the change. Obviously, I'd rather have Art there in the dumpy house standing, honestly, and not have to go through losing a friend. But now that it's cleaned up, certainly doesn't hurt our property value, right? So.
And they've been very decent.
Yep, so far they've been.
He didn't want any more long-haired cats because of the hair issue in the house. And
which is an issue.
So. Well, yeah, I mean, with this many animals, you're gonna have hair in the house. And he said, no more long-haired cats. There's too much fur in the house, and blah blah blah. Oh, yeah, right. I got a long-haired cat. I snuck another one in there.
So, but all the animals are doing all right. Yeah. Angel's showing senility.
Could you point that somewhere else besides on me? Maybe point at the river. So there you go.
All right.
to be
But yeah,
as big as me.
Angel's got some weird quirks, guys, that's for sure. The frickin' noises she makes at times.
She chortles. Ooh.
Look how clear the water is, guys.
This is the perfect time of day. You can see all the way to the bottom.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so Mike's last radiation treatment is Monday. Thank goodness.
Yep. 29 down, 1 to go. Tomorrow's my last chemo pill, and then Monday's my last radiation treatment. And we're off sequence because of the 4th of July. Otherwise, I would be done right now.
Yeah. But, hey, we'll take it. Because if you guys remember at the beginning of all this, Mike didn't, how am I going to get the treatment for 30 days? And I'm never going to be able to do that every day. Yeah, well, he did it, didn't he?
Thanks, LB.
He done did it.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't see myself doing this, but it's a 40-minute drive no matter how fast, unless you want to go 80 miles an hour, but driving 60, 65, it's roughly 40-minute drive.
Yeah.
And
but you know
it doesn't seem like it anymore.
No. We used to think that Reed City was, he had to go years ago for some test or something at Reed City Hospital, which amazes me because they don't do anything at Reed City Hospital, but...
We got people.
Yeah, got people. He had to go to Reed City Hospital to get something done, and it felt like it took about 3 hours to get there.
Yes, it did.
And now it's like, wow, I never realized that Reed City was this close.
Going up the drive was really not anything, and now that we've discovered the joy of using McDonald's and Burger King and Taco Bell app.
Free food.
Yeah, we've gotten some free food because of using the app, but it's just so convenient because when we're ready to leave the treatment center, just, she has the order ready to go, submits it, and it only takes,
5 minutes?
5 minutes to drive there, not even. And then by the time we get there, it's either waiting for us or it only takes a minute.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't believe how clear that is. That's great.
Especially after all the rain we've had. I expected it to be really cloudy.
Yeah, if there was any big fish in there, you'd be able to see it, guys. So.
Or turtles.
Yes, it would be cool to see a big snapping turtle.
What happened to all the crayfish? Remember all the crayfish we used to have? There were like hundreds of them.
Gotta be, Lou. There's used to be a lot of nice bass in here, and there's really no pressure. Nobody's really fishing here. There used to be 2 or 3 guys that would walk this river every summer fishing, and they were keeping the ones they caught. But I don't see that anymore. In fact, I need to get my butt. It's already July, and I still haven't got my fishing license, and fishing is something I really enjoyed. I really should do that. I should be doing a few things that I want to do. I haven't even used my metal detector, but only one time this year.
Been a little hot. You had to stay out of the sun.
And they gave me permission next door to metal detect all that over there where they've dug it all up and cleaned it up and scraped it, and so there's a whole bunch of fresh clean dirt over there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some money. Might be just chump change, but there's something.
Oh, I would love to cook them, Lou. Oh.
I do fish, Sue. I used to fish a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing, you always imagine the worst case scenario when it comes, you hear radiation and you hear chemotherapy, and it's just like your mind goes to these nightmare.
Yeah, and
I mean, we've seen some folks there that
felt sorry for them.
Yeah, it's like I would look at Mike and be like, well, just be glad you're not doing that. People that are there for, 3 hours with an infusion of chemotherapy, and, they have to do it 2 or 3 times a week, and they look like if you blew on them, they'd fall over. And it's like, things could be.
Then he was our neighbor here. He actually lived right here in the Vista at one point in time. John Kelly. He's being treated for lung cancer. He's looking good. He looks really good. He hasn't lost any weight or anything. So I really don't know how long or far along in the treatment he is. So
from what he was saying yesterday, it sounded like he had he was just like in his first week or two.
Okay, because yeah, he
Doesn't
still
sound
looks
like-
fine. He hasn't lost any weight. He still got his hair.
Well, he said it's in his lungs and a couple other places
Wow.
is what he said. So it was like, ooh.
And then our friend Paul, you know, Karen and Paul. Paul does not have the results of all his testing yet. He went the 26th, was it? 26th when he went because he thought it.
25th, I thought it was on my birthday. No, I guess it was the 26th.
Yeah, he thought it was the 25th, but so Paul doesn't know what's going on yet with himself.
Well, he could if he would just sign up for that
That's true.
Spectrum thing.
God, I can't believe that. Just blows me away how clear that water is, guys.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. I mean, look at that. That's crazy to be able to see like that so well. Too bad y'all are all so far away. Everything's so far away here, actually. So
we're not close to it. It's like, what are you guys close to? Nothing.
That's
Absolutely
true.
nothing.
Very true.
But yeah, so we're gonna see what's in store for now. And Mike has to have this treatment for 6 months, where he takes the chemo pills for 5 days and then 28 days off, and that's 6 months.
Go ahead.
We'll know more. I mean, the way he's tolerating treatment well and everything, I mean, the doctors are very happy about that.
If I was called a walking miracle by someone at the treatment center.
It's true.
So,
Well,
okay,
guys, I'm going to put it in perspective. This Tuesday? No, this Wednesday is the 2nd. On May 2nd, he was diagnosed with this brain tumor. June, July, August. August 2nd is going to be 3 months to the day when the doctor basically looked at him and said, if you don't get this operated on, you'll have 6 weeks to 3 months.
That's true.
So right now, if he hadn't done anything, so we can give you guys these great views. That's why we live so far away. But if he hadn't done anything, you guys, he'd be gone.
We ended up living here because of circumstance, and I had owned this and my house that we lost downstate, but we made the choice to come here because I owned this free and clear versus having a mortgage on the other place. So, and I got a job up here, so everything fell into place for us to move up here, which is something we had always planned on doing. Eventually, we just didn't plan on doing it in 2007. We were hoping to wait until, like, I don't know, I had 30 years in at my job, which would have been 2007?
Yeah.
17.
Oh my God, honey, I mean, think about it.
years.
If you had stayed down there and you were still working and got this diagnosis, we never would have moved up here.
Yeah.
Ever.
So yes, it's much nicer living here. It's been a pain to go to treatment, but man, it's only 10 minutes. It's just, we can, we leave here at, if we leave here at 1:15 for a 2:15 appointment, we end up waiting 10 minutes when we get there because we've arrived 15 minutes early.
Yep.
So we had it down pat so well that we would arrive 5 minutes before my appointment time. Generally, they take me right in.
Unless there was construction.
Yeah, we did have that issue. We'll get to that in a second. But when we had everything figured out and we left 5 minutes early, we arrived 5 minutes early, and we would be home in less than 2 hours total.
Yeah, about 2 hours.
Drive time, everything. So,
yeah.
But then they started doing construction, and the one spot they did construction, there was no way around it. Sorry, somebody's next door, and the dogs happen to see them because I have the curtain open. But there was no way around the construction the first round they did. So, but they were only stopping traffic for 5 minutes at a time, so it wasn't the end of the world. And then when they moved the construction to a different area, we were able to go around it without going out of our way. So it wasn't all that bad.
I gotta say though, Sue, the waiting room when I'm waiting for him to get out of treatment, lovely people to talk to. And then when you're in there, you can go over to the wellness area, and that's where they've got the quilts and the crocheted blankets, and you know, you can still get head wraps too.
Yeah, cool. I
We
should
just
get
have to-
one then.
Yeah, we should on Monday when we're there, and you know, just all that stuff, and just it's so pretty there. It really is. They've really turned it into a lovely place.
They've helped us out. They've given us 4 $20 gas cards. That helps tremendously.
Actually,
You know, 20 bucks is only 2 trips for us, but you know, it's still
yes.
8 trips of gas we got paid for. So that was very helpful.
Yeah. And they're all, I mean, everybody there just wants to help you. Everybody there is positive and I mean, it's just wonderful. It's a lovely place.
And they're still working on, although we won't be going there, obviously we can still call the financial aid lady, Debbie, but she's the one that gives us the gas cards and stuff. She's the one that got us the resources to try. And we had to go through what first was the first thing we applied for?
Health and Human Services.
Health and Human Services. And we have to see whether I get turned down or accepted.
You know you will.
Probably get denied. Then you go through the Salvation Army, and obviously there's a bunch of hoops and steps to go through to try to get some. Right now I'm just focused on getting help for the garage roof, like $1,200 to $1,500 we figure, in supplies, materials, or whatever, if I'm still able to do the work. So when I don't plan on not being able to do the work. So damn, lost my.
I mean, guys, look at him.
Lost my train of thought though. Jumped the tracks again.
He likes to blame that on the tumor and the chemo brain and stuff, but he's just always been like that. Actually, it's just worse now.
But I lost my train of thought. But the tarp's holding up well so far. But it was about the money thing. What was the part of it?
Trying to get $1,200 to $1,500 together for the roof.
Which we have gotten over the course of the time we've had the GoFundMe page up. Got there, but it came in trickles over the last 3 months. And the first part of the money, Tracy wasn't working because she had to be home to take care of me or be with me 24 hours. Yep. So the first part of the money that we got through the GoFundMe kept us fed, kept the bills paid.
Plus, you know, when he went in, you know, his Social Security check, that was all travel back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
So a lot of that money, you know, yeah, we needed a dryer, obviously, and we got the dryer. The video camera was a frivolous thing, but I didn't have this phone at the time, so I needed a camera to keep the YouTube going. Obviously, I care enough to buy the camera, and there was something with her car. I can't remember what. Chuck and Carl bought the tires for her car.
Struts.
No, we bought the struts recently.
Yeah.
But we bought something else for her car, and neither one of us can remember what. So, but the money just went because it didn't all come in at once. It trickled in.
That's the thing, you know. It was $100 here or $200 there, and it was like, okay, well, you know, we'll use this to pay this bill, and we'll use this to grab something to eat, and it wasn't, you know, like, here's a lump sum of money.
Right. So the camera was the only thing that I bought that wasn't like necessary or totally necessary, I guess I could say.
But it was.
But it was. So now we're stuck with about the garage roof. Obviously I'm concerned because I have tarps on it. So to get that kind of money in the lump sum, they ain't gonna happen. I tried selling a bunch of my tools, things I haven't used in a couple of years. I'm like, well, I can sell this and that. I won't miss it. I don't use it anymore. Chuck took all this stuff. They had a church rummage sale, so I took a bunch of my tools over there and stuff. Sold one thing for $40, and somebody donated $35 because Chuck told them about my cancer diagnosis. So that was it. $75, 2 days of a rummage sale. Didn't sell anything else. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Really? I thought that was the best chance I would have to make a few $100, but nope. And that stuff has already been listed on Facebook Marketplace for 2 weeks. So I don't know, guys. It's just hard to sell shit up here.
It is. Because, you know, even if somebody finds it, they go, oh, I don't want to drive all that way.
There's nothing left, Lou, of that place. They tore it down and just trashed all the wood.
And we need
we need the shingle part or the metal roof part of it. The garage roof right now is okay as long as it stays covered with the tarp, but I need the money to buy the metal roofing supplies. And we figured it out. It's about $1,000 plus whatever the nails cost and the trim pieces. So
And that's where they get you, because it's like, okay, well, it's $1,000. Oh, plus $200 for the nails and $300 for the trim. And are you serious right now?
yeah, you guys want to see how good it looks next door? Since we made peace with them, I'll show you how nice it looks next door. And he's been nothing but kind. Well, like I said, they cleaned it up really well. Couldn't have hurt our property values any, that's for sure. But it's a cute little house. It's got a hinged roof on it, attached. They cleaned everything up. They brought in stump grinders and ground up all the stumps that were here. All the debris gone. Oh, by the way, Tracy, they just decided to take out that lilac tree. There was a beautiful lilac tree, but once he cleared the land over here, it ended up being right there, right on the edge of the driveway, and he kept running into it. And huh. I know, it's gone.
Okay, I'm going to say it again. Maybe they should not have cleared all that. It used to be next to the driveway.
I know it, but it looks good. They cleaned up all the Art. That was Art's dumping ground up there for years and years and years. So it was all full of crap up there. But it looks fantastic now. And he's been nice enough. He's going to leave this for us because it obviously gives us a good screen from the sun. So, like I said, they've been really nice about everything. Oh, look. Are you camera shy? Are you camera shy? That's our neighbor, Melissa. She bought the place from her ex-husband.
They did.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. There's a pet fee.
A what?
A pet fee.
A who?
She just said, don't they have to pay extra when there's a dog? And I said, yeah.
Oh, okay. They should pay
Please
more.
Let me know if, yeah, they do. But please let me know if it's ever a problem. Okay? I know you will.
We're not shy, you know that.
I love you both.
Well, we were just cracking up when they kept like connecting to our television.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that was bizarre, but no problem since.
Okay.
You know why? Because our television is hooked to our internet.
Right.
Yeah, we were
That
having
one
a
is
problem,
not.
guys, with
So if they look on,
somebody was staying over there and
if
they
they're
kept
looking in that, it's going to connect.
kept trying to connect to the internet, and they were trying to connect to the LG TV. Well, our TV's a Samsung, so they were trying to connect to the Samsung instead of the LG TV, but it would pop up on our TV every
I
time.
gotta look. I haven't. That was one thing I hadn't explored
But
a lot.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
put a note
I need to.
on the house rules
Yeah, I
or
need to
something about
explore
that.
more.
Yeah.
And or just get different internet so you guys don't have to deal with it. Which I will probably do. He's already paid up, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but I will do that.
No, they did a great job of cleaning it up over there for sure.
They did.
They did. But I'm just saying, there was no sense in widening the driveway that much to the point where they had to take that lilac out. The driveway was plenty wide enough. Why did you have to make the driveway triple the width it was?
I know.
And then kill that beautiful lilac tree.
Yep, it's unfortunate because he had talked to me about bringing a tractor over with one of them big scoops that he could actually, dig around it and scoop it right out of there. But I guess I didn't give him enough of an answer, and he just tore it out. So, oh well, it was a beautiful tree. It was bigger than that one, probably twice as big as that one.
Carmen and Rachel.
So, guys, if you got any questions, leave a comment.
Mike's down there for
But I think we covered everything.
sad is what it is.
Yes, it is very sad. I hate change, and that kind of change really sucks.
I will.
So,
yes.
It's just my coworker. He's probably going to come hang out with us up there.
no
So he
problem.
shouldn't be a bother at all.
No, we don't
It's
care.
just him and his girlfriend. So,
We don't care.
all right. I love you guys.
Love you.
And
Thanks.
Jean is coming tomorrow. She's 80. She's doing like some
Oh my
weird
God,
math.
I can see a problem there.
Yeah, I think you're not going to hear a peep from that woman.
Probably not.
So,
Okay. So
Help!
probably have cats
Help!
visiting.
I've fallen. I can't get up. That's probably what we'll hear.
I don't know. Apparently this woman is super
Spry?
She's super virile. Like
Wow.
she goes to my massage therapist. That's how I met her. My massage therapist was like, "Hey, one of my 80-year-old clients wants to use your place." And I was
Wow.
so she's actually going outside of Airbnb to rent it from me. So I
Cool.
just blocked off the dates for her. But she's 80. Like, I'm sure she's gonna be great.
I'm sure it's gonna be
Promise.
fine.
Right,
I'm sure it'll be fine.
love you guys.
Well, you see,
I'll be back up tomorrow to clean and do stuff.
Okie doke. We'll be here.
all right, guys, we did cover everything. If you should have a question, leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
And probably Tracy has tomorrow off, obviously. So if she feels like it, we'll have a fire tonight.
maybe.
It's looking good right now. It's not hot. So,
Probably. But
yeah,
if I
it
see
was-
any funny lights in the sky, I'm leaving.
but yes. Oh my God, guys! Now that it's daylight, I can show you those lights I saw the other night. Were right here, and they went like zig, 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 and it was silent. And they were lower than the airplane I showed. I think I left that part out. I actually filmed an airplane a little while later going across, and you could clearly hear it. And it had to have been 20,000 feet up easily, maybe 30. It was so small you could barely see the flashing light, but you could clearly hear it as it went across the sky. And that light zigzagged across there, and then the second time I saw it, it kind of just went zoom, zoom, and then it was gone.
Nope, I would have been gone.
So that was kind of crazy. That's the first really, really strange light I've seen in the sky in a long time.
Nope, not messing with aliens. Sorry. I'm out.
Yep, but it wasn't. The lights weren't bright enough for my camera to pick it up, so that sucked. So we'll see if we see anything. But thank you all for your support and your thoughts and prayers and your kind words. Everything else means a lot, guys, because there's really not a lot of support for me here. I got my animals, I got my love right here, that thing right there. And
That
Carl has even become scarce since I told him that this really doesn't have a longevity factor to it. He didn't know that. Well, he's been quite scarce coming around since I told him that. So I think he's having a hard time with it because he lost his neighbor, Jack. Jack was a good guy. In fact, you guys may have seen Jack. I don't know if I did a video, but Jack came down and pulled the trees out of the river here.
But the thing is, and I understand this, and I think we've all been there with somebody where you find out that somebody's very sick, and you don't know what to say, and you don't want to say anything wrong, and you know what?
So avoidance becomes the easiest route.
And everybody's been there. Everybody's done that at some point in their life, and just going, you know what? I'm just gonna not even do that. But
Hi, Teresa. Glad you made it.
Our whole thing is, we don't care. Throw a question out there, no matter how weird you think it is, no matter how strange. I mean, we sit there and we have to at this point. It's like all we can do is joke about it because.
Yeah, as long as I'm feeling healthy and feeling good, I'll joke about it.
Yeah.
And, if things take a turn for the worse, obviously it will no longer be funny, but
Do you know how many
something
times
to
a
joke
day
about.
If I say something to him, I get the point at the head and brain tumor.
Or I ask her if she's got a brain tumor, if she does something asinine.
No,
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, old woman?
Because I'm trying to keep track of all my thoughts and all your thoughts. I have a hard enough time wrangling my own thoughts. Now I got to wrestle yours too.
Yeah, but Carl's been noticeably absent lately, so big time.
Yeah. So, and I mean, like I said, I get it, but we're not the kind of people where it's like you're not gonna offend us. You're not. Although he has skirted it a couple times.
Said a couple things that pissed me off. So
Well, we don't want everybody to look at Mike and see Mike, the guy with cancer. He's still Mike, okay? He's still the person that you know. He's still that same person. Please don't look at him differently because he's still the same guy.
hi, Gypsy. Hi, pretty Gypsy.
So, but I do get it. I mean, we had a friend up here that had cancer. She even went to the same cancer treatment center that we're going to, actually. She had ovarian cancer, and in the beginning, she was like, super positive, and she was, you know, oh, these people up here are so wonderful, they're so helpful, they're lovely. And then after a few months of her treatment and everything, she did a complete 180 where she became a different person.
Yeah.
She began doing, and I'm going to throw that up here in air quotes, research into alternative cancer treatments, because all of a sudden it went from these people are wonderful and these people are great to all those people do is pump poison in your body and I'm not letting them experiment on my body anymore. And well, guess what? She died. Not a big shock.
But yeah, because of what she was dealing with, she had to move. She couldn't be treated with what she had
Well,
and
she
live where
couldn't
she
drive
was.
herself, and
Yeah.
you know, she there were other things she could have done, but move. But she had to move to be closer to her daughter, so her daughter could be there to take care of her. But then she became a total. I mean, her beliefs changed.
Yeah, she just became a total bitch, and she completely flipped her beliefs, her political beliefs, everything, and
Yeah.
she became unbearable to be near
I mean,
or talk to.
Yeah, I mean, she literally, like, if I tried to talk to her, I would get this litany of, well, you weren't around when this and this and this, and that. It's like, well, no, you moved 100 miles away.
And this is someone I knew. Jesus, they used to live downstate across the street from me when I was a kid, so
Yeah.
I knew her since
You were 4 or 5 years old.
four to six, probably 6 years old. I would say 6 or 7, but because she was 4. No, I had to be like 10 because she was 4 years younger than me, so 10 or 11
But
in that period.
regardless, knew her forever, and I mean, she just, all of a sudden it was our fault for not coming to visit her and everything. It's like, well, you moved 100 miles away. We can't
Yeah,
come and visit you. We can't. And she just, the last time I had spoken to her, she just like read me the riot act of all the stuff that I had done wrong, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. If you're gonna be this person that's just gonna go out angry at the world, then I'm done. And I told her I'm done.
yeah. So we did not talk to her for a long, long time, and then we only heard it through the grapevine, or I actually only saw it on Facebook when she passed away.
Yeah.
Her daughter didn't even bother to send us a message to tell us.
I mean, it was ridiculous. Well, she turned into her mother, the woman that she said that she could never understand, and my mom's so bitter, and she's this and that and the other thing, and she ended up turning right into her. I don't know if it was the medications that were messing with her brain, or she just.
Mega Desi swearing at us.
I see that.
Why are you swearing at us, Mega Desi? We really haven't talked about it. That will be if things go south. But we're gonna. There's no doubt about that, just to make everything automatic so we won't have to worry so much. Because right now, I have a will, but it still has my 2 vehicles on there that I no longer even own. It does not have my current vehicles in it. A couple other things need to be tweaked, but I also would like a lawyer to look at it. It was done through LegalZoom, so I'm pretty sure it probably would hold up.
You need to go on there, change the things you need to change, get it reprinted, and then
get it reprinted, and then I need to take it to a lawyer and have him look it over. But probably a couple $100 for them to do that. So,
but we will. But the thing is, Mike would not be getting all the financial he's gotten so far to cover the bills that we couldn't cover if we were married, because then it would be both of our incomes looked at. Whereas right now it's just
me. And by the way, we're over $200,000 in medical bills and costs, and I owe nothing to no one. The cancer treatment center took care of the bills that my insurance didn't cover, like my co-pays and stuff. They covered all that. So obviously when you deal with something like this, what's the first thought that you think of? Oh my God, I'm going to lose my house, which is sad, but that's a sorry state of affairs in this country anymore.
Yeah, and I thank God for good insurance. That's all I got to say, because he's more than met all of his
Deductibles, copays.
all of his tiers that he has to meet to not pay anything. Well, the thing is too that going through Spectrum like we did with this whole or Corewell Health or whatever the hell they're called now. But the thing is, all these things are all interconnected. You know, the hospital in Big Rapids is connected to the hospital in Grand Rapids is connected to the cancer center. So everything is all one. Well, the doctor that did his surgery, I forget how much he charged, but because he's a member of Corewell Health and he's one of their doctors, he knows what he's going to get paid.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like he's, you know, you could say you're going to charge $25,000, but the insurance company's going to go, well, here's your $7,000. You signed a contract. Here you go.
Was that $200,000 including what my treatment is cost, or no? Do we know what each treatment costs?
So far from what I saw, because it's still pending on your insurance, but it'll be covered because they knew about it. But so far, your radiation has cost $39,000.
Wow.
So, grand total of 300 minutes of treatment. 5 hours of treatment has cost $39,000.
Wow, crazy.
But, you know, that's the thing that gets me, though, is the doctor charges $10,000, or let's say he presents with a bill of $15,000 and your insurance covers $7,000. Well, he signed a contract that he has to take that because that's one of the insurance companies that the hospital takes. And he takes $7,000 and it's called good. Well, everything's squared up. Now, if you don't have insurance and you go in and get this treatment, you can bet you're going to pay every penny of that $15,000 that he wanted. And that's not fair.
No, that's for sure. So now you know how much all this has cost so far, too. So
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
yeah, tens of thousands, up over, well, yeah, 200,000-ish. So
Yeah. I mean, his chemo pills are $483 a piece, so $500 a piece. So basically, for all these months of treatment, he's only going to get, well, actually, now that you're going to get 3 pills, who the hell knows how much? But that's all set too. We're covered for a year for that.
yeah, yep. So I don't have to worry about that.
Nope.
So we'll see what the future holds. So fingers crossed, I keep feeling as good as I have been. I had 2 off days last week. Monday, Tuesday, I believe it was.
Sunday and Monday.
Sunday, Monday, I just felt horrible. And my legs were so weak. And I hadn't, like, I felt like I couldn't lift up one of the cats. You know what I mean? It was just, I felt so weak. But I'm feeling all right now.
Yeah.
Back to my old smart ass self.
Yeah, you've only really had that, and then you've had the one side effect, and that's pretty much it. The hair loss, which is unfortunate, but
Yes, I got oh my God, big ass bald spot on my head now. That sucks. That's why I'm wearing the head thing. I could get away with not wearing it if you looked at me straight on. You really can't tell. It's very thin on the left side.
you can tell from the left side and the back, though.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really bald.
It's
And it's iffy if it'll all grow back. They said it may not, it might, and it might not. So could be permanent.
well, you know what? If that's the price to pay, then I'm sorry, that's the price.
That's too high of a price.
It is not.
My hair was everything. Nobody could say anything here.
Your hair is not everything.
Who's another moderator? Was that you?
Yeah,
Oh, you just, okay. I didn't see you doing anything there.
I just clicked show. Because Mega does, he's swearing, and they put her in timeout.
Swear all you want.
Yeah,
Fuck
we don't
it.
care.
Sorry if anybody is offended by swearing, but you're in the wrong place if you're offended by swearing.
Oh, hi, Yvette.
Hi, Yvette.
I
See, now I'm glad we hung around. Now we got a couple more.
I got a funny story.
This is like our most people ever, guys. 13. That's
Really?
really good for us. Go on. Tell your story.
We had a Harry Potter day today at work. They made Harry Potter donuts. One of them had like 9 3/4, and they had sorting hat donuts. They put 4 different fillings in the donuts, and when you bit into the donut, whatever filling you got, it was the sorting hat donut to tell you what. And we had the kids come in, and they were dressed up, and they got to have their picture taken with Harry Potter, and it was really, really cool. Well, they were advertising for it, and some guy went on there, talking about supporting an author who was anti-LGBTQ. That was not our intention. We were just trying to have a fun day for the kids. But this guy comes in there with that, making comments that our business doesn't support that, and menopause does suck, but I'm done with it. And let me tell you, when you come out the other side, it's a very happy thing. but this guy basically was like making all kinds of comments about us, and we go on his Facebook page, and he's a furry. He's got all these videos on his Facebook page about how he identifies as a dog.
Wow.
And like the outfits, like the CSI thing. And I mean, we were just, which got us into a discussion. Don't ask me how these things come about in the meat room, but we got into a discussion of what furry would you be? Because I was like, I would be a cat. And they were all like, have you thought about this? I'm like, no, I've never really thought of. I would be a cat.
But we do watch CSI, and that thought crossed our mind.
Oh God. And that's exactly what I said. I'm like, have you guys ever seen the episode of CSI called Fur and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Furry, Louv. It's adults that like to dress up.
They dress up in
costumes
like
animals.
As a raccoon or a dog or a wolf or a squirrel or whatever. And they literally go to parties, and they communicate with each other as if they were this animal. Oh, Lord.
Catitude, I bet menopause was afraid of you. Go on.
But it was just, then they had he had this video of himself. He was like a steampunk dog. Where I was like, steampunk's getting involved with furries and plushies? What is this? I'm like, wait a minute. This guy is criticizing us and our lifestyle choices, and I'm looking at all of his stuff going, huh.
I can't type a chat.
See, Teresa, and that's exactly what I said. Her stuff was taken out of context and taken a little bit too much to heart. See, cosplaying is different. These people literally dress up as furries and plushies every day of their life, and literally this guy is living his life as a dog. He only had one video where he showed his own face, and it was like this big deal that he was showing his own face. But we were all but in the meat room, of course, now we're all discussing what kinds of furry we would be if we were furries, and people are walking into the meat room like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, CSI did an episode about furries.
Yep, and I will never forget that, because when the guy was sitting there taking it so seriously and talking about it, and he looked at Catherine Willows and said, I know what you must be thinking. And she looked at him and went, you couldn't possibly.
Can you fix that? I can't get rid of that on the bottom.
I don't want to mess with anything.
I can't type anything.
Let me see. Oh,
sorry for the bouncing me around, but there's something stuck open on the bottom of my screen.
I don't know what you did.
I can't manually. It's been like that since I started.
We're going to, hold on, guys. Rotate device. Rotate device. Sweetie, I don't know. And if I click on anything, it's going to mess it up.
We don't want to shut you off, but there's 4 boxes down on the bottom of my screen. It says normal, dream, glamour, and beam. Different coloring or shades to the video, but I can't get rid of it, so I can't manually type anything because my text box won't come up to type.
Yeah.
Yep, furry people, check it out. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and entertain yourselves for 10 minutes.
Oh, go to TikTok.
Yeah.
Go to TikTok. You will have so much fun. But yeah, so now.
Ay, 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 ay. That hardly ever happens.
Who was it?
Stupid 616 number again.
Well, if they're not going to leave a message, we're not going to call them back.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Why is there so many searches for furries tonight?
I'm interested in becoming a furry. Yeah, it was just so funny though. You know, it's like here we are hosting a fun event for the kids, and I mean there were such cute little kids coming in their little robes with their magic. It was adorable, and you know, sitting there basically saying that we're anti everything, and I'm like, you know, no, we're not. We welcome everybody into our store. We do not actually. If a furry came into the store, I would still welcome them, but I'd question. We once had a guy, it was a Friday night, and I will never forget this. A guy came into the store in a completely, couldn't see his face, completely covered from head to toe, T-Rex costume. Came in, bought some stuff, went out the door. He never said a word. We were dying. And we were all just like, just another typical Friday in Remus. Here we are.
What a good whizzy. Just chilled.
I would be a cat. I would definitely be my cat.
More than likely, me too.
I'd be a cat.
No, I'd want to be a Bigfoot.
I knew that was coming.
Now that I give it a minute's thought. So, alrighty, guys. Now we're gonna get going. So, we really appreciate y'all being with us. I know. I was showing her that. Like, look at her, just chill as could be. She's actually got her head down on the board there.
Yeah, she's on that
or on
thing.
the wood.
The wood's curved, and she's like, she's using it like a neck pillow.
How cool! But appreciate you guys hanging with us, supporting us, sticking with us, all of the above.
So yeah, if you have any other questions, guys, just throw them up in the comments.
Yep, if you ask a question, I will copy and post it, and then I'll pin it so it'll stay up where you can see it. So
yeah, because you know this is not anything. I mean, yes, people speak about, but the glioblastoma is not something that is talked about. So we want to talk about it because we want to get it out there.
yeah, we probably mentioned this. Maybe some of you don't know this. Bert Convey, the 80s game show host, died from glioblastoma. Neil Peart, drummer from Rush, died from glioblastoma. And a lot of people have, obviously,
Ethel Merman.
Yeah, 1% of people live 10 years with this, so it's not a high survivability rate.
But a lot of the studies that they have on that are all pre-drugs, like you're taking.
Right.
They are pre-2013, and now in reading more modern literature on it, they are saying that survivability of 2, 3, 4, 5 years is getting more normal for people like this. So it's not.
Now that I know what I'm dealing with, I'll take it.
Yeah, we're gonna live every day and enjoy as many days as we can, because you just never know.
No doubt about that.
Never
So
would have expected something like this.
well, I'm glad y'all enjoyed hanging out with us. Well, like I said, maybe do this once a week or something. I'm definitely going to try to do at least a video a week. We'll see how it goes. I'm glad you guys are all patient and don't mind only having a video a week. I don't have that pressing feeling that I'm like, oh my God, I need to do another video. I don't have that anymore, but I'm definitely not going to abandon you guys either.
He
so
lies too, because every time we get in the car, he's like, "Do you have a camera?"
I worry
In
about
case something happens.
I do worry about it. So obviously, who wouldn't? Something, when you wake up in the morning, you can't help but think about it, and that sucks. I don't want to start my day out that way, but it's kind of unavoidable.
But I've been saying that since May. I said when I first wake up in the morning, I said I have that brief 20-second span where I don't remember any of this.
Here, film me for a second.
Where I don't remember any of this, and I don't remember that this stuff has gone on.
All right, guys, how do I look now? Because I don't know how long I'm going to keep the hair, facial hair. So,
I think he looks good with the facial hair, but he fusses with it.
yep, I do. Not so much as I used to, but I used to obsessively play with it. But I haven't been so bad about it. But my tongue, that's unavoidable. You unconsciously do that. But what was the point? There was a point to having you show me, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, my mornings start out almost every morning. I'm doing this when I wake up, like the first thing. Okay, I can still touch my nose because when I first had this issue before surgery, I couldn't. I was struggling to do this. I could do it with my left hand.
Yep.
But so now it's one of my routines in the morning is to touch my nose with my fingers like that. Okay, everything's working. So it's crazy.
You guys do not
Enough
know.
of me.
You guys do not know how terrifying that was to see him laying in that hospital bed and going, touch my nose and then, touch your nose and then touch my finger. And he couldn't even get close
Yeah.
with his right hand. And I was like, I just remember sitting there thinking to myself, something is very, very wrong. I was right.
Thank you all for the comments. I don't feel so attractive anymore. I'll have to dig out a picture of me in my 20s and show you what I look
I
like.
think we could all dig out a picture of ourselves in our 20s and say, wow, look at how good
Well,
I look.
I have a really awesome picture of me, and Tracy and I were together because I had Grizzly and Cody, the dogs, but the dogs are sitting on a chair next to me. And then it's probably one of my favorite pictures of thousands of pictures we have.
Yep.
And I'll see if I can find that and share it with you.
I know the exact picture you're talking about. Is it the one where you're in the blue sweatshirt?
I believe it is, yeah.
Yep, I know the exact picture you're talking about. But that's the thing. I could find pictures of myself in my 20s and go, wow, look at me.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if I can keep my fingers out of my facial hair or my tongue, because a lot of guys will do that too. They'll play with their mustache with their tongue to the point of it'll hurt your tongue to touch it anymore, and then it's time to shave. So
and guess what? He still does it.
Yeah.
Even though it hurts, he still does it. It hurts when I do this. Well, stop doing that.
Yeah. So, but okay, guys, we are gonna so we can go have some dinner. But thanks for hanging out with us, and we will. Fingers crossed. We might find a cancer sniffing Bigfoot. You know what I mean? One that can sniff out cancer for us.
Oh, Lord,
So, come on, guys. Help me out here.
Come on, guys. Yeah. Send out some.
Do us a favor.
Send out some vibes into the universe. Come see us.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying. Like, come on, guys. Do me the solid. I need show yourselves again. So, all right, guys. We will talk soon. And thank you for everything. We love all you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.